Maybe before that, but when I was a kid,
Yeah, but
it was
y'all
like-
different.
What year was that, Mawmaw?
yeah,
What year was that?
Her kids are 70.
In the 40s.
1940s.
yeah, like my brother and sister.
1947, 45, something like that. Yeah. I mean, I could get on, I was only, what? I was only 12 years old, maybe, or 11. I used to get on a bus by myself, you know, to give me money. My mom and dad, they had a grocery store on, here was the auditorium, and here was Rampart Street. Okay, Rampart ran to
She said the
Canal.
municipal auditorium, which is the Mahalia Jackson thing, up in that.
No, Mahalia Jackson Theater
Was
is
right
in that
behind.
area.
You
It's
remember?
the
You know
performing
where she's
arts.
talking about?
The
Where
municipal
we
auditorium
took
is
your
a
mama?
different-
Okay, this here street was Ursuline, okay? St. Augustine's Church, which is right here, and, I think Charlie, no,
Charlie was-
Don-
I had to go get
Charlie
the
was,
paper. Charlie was
Charlie was
fixing it.
baptized St. Augustine's. St. Augustine's Church was a block from Rampart. As you go to Rampart, you come into St. Claude. You've been down there?
Mhm.
You know where I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Well,
Well, Rampart was the New Basin Canal, before it was Rampart.
Yeah.
The New Basin Canal ran from Lake Pontchartrain all the way
Okay.
to Canal Street, and when they decided to close it in, they did,
That's
the
where she
Pontchartrain
was.
Express, the Pontchartrain Boulevard.
The 610.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they
And you
came
could
up and they
cut
closed
through.
it, and it turned it to Rampart.
okay,
Right.
here was the auditorium. The auditorium was a whole square, but in the middle of that was, St. Claude.
That's where Armstrong Park is now.
Yeah, in other words, St. Claude
And
came,
the police
and then
station, and then the.
Rampart
auditorium.
and
The
St.
police
Claude
station's still there.
Yeah.
went into one street eventually. Okay?
St. Claude runs all the way
My
down
mom
to
and
the
daddy
19th.
had a
Yeah, it goes all the
grocery
way,
store
yeah.
in 1947. They didn't name the hurricanes then.
All Italian families had a grocery store because
Yeah,
they
there
fed
was
the
a grocery
families.
store
all
on
they did.
each corner. On
And that's
each
what they did.
corner.
Probably
They
a little
owned it
tax.
just to feed their families, basically.
Probably a little tax
And-
evasion going on.
And on each
Italian.
corner, on where the I-10 is, under St. Claude,
Money-
I mean,
money gonna wash it?
Claiborne
Never me
Street,
lived at 40 years old.
they used to have
No,
the,
ma'am.
That's why.
It was all the
the fountains, the, ice cream parlor.
Mhm.
One was on this side, and one was on this side. Every corner had. In fact, even when I went to the bus on Esplanade,
What was your maiden name?
Venetia,
Venetia?
yeah. On every corner there was a fountain,
Just like
ice
Venetia's
cream
restaurant.
fountain.
That, well, it's
Ice
spelled
cream
like
fountain.
that.
Mhm.
Ice cream,
Oh.
like Angelo's, they had ice cream, and they had.
Like a little
you-
stand?
Ice cream
And-
inside the store, that's what they had,
Ice cream came out
parlors.
of the 1934 World's Fair in Chicago.
But they had parlors, did you go there and
Ice
get a
cream
sundae,
parlor,
and
yeah.
that's where.
And they used to have the little
And now
tables.
Carly's working at Old Town Soda Shop,
It's
scooping
like
ice
that.
cream and doing it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what that is.
You used to get an ice cream, it was an
Sundae,
ice cream
Coke float,
cone,
root beer
but they
float.
had two sides to the top. One side you put the vanilla and one side
A
you
double
put the chocolate.
cone.
It
No,
was
no, they
double.
went home.
They don't have them no more. They don't have them no more.
Taylor's mom's at the house.
Huh?
Wait,
From
what?
there, I
Wait,
get
wait,
on-
wait. What you said? You started what?
I used to get on the Esplanade bus and go to Canal Street and get off there, get what you call a transfer, and get on a streetcar, and go all the way down the block before Carrollton Avenue
They didn't
was
use them
the
all.
studio. And I used to go by myself. It was 7 cents to get on
Dang.
a streetcar.
What was that like?
And once a
Probably not.
I rode the street, I had to ride the bus in
Once
the
a
street
week,
car
I-
Was it
when I
like-
was, you know.
Was it busy? There's like a ton of people there, or what?
You had to dress up. to
They
go
had
to
the,
house.
they
Oh,
had
yeah.
the things for the colored. You had to move.
Yeah, let's just say it's a
Watch
little
the
different
knife.
now. A little different now,
Yes.
a little different.
You had to move, if that thing was in the front of the bus,
Yeah.
and you got in and you didn't have no seat,
They'd move it back, so blacks behind this one.
yeah.
I remember that, I used to go to town with my mom,
Tulane Avenue used to have the streetcar.
yeah, Tulane and Canal.
Yeah,
They used to
Canal
have the
still
electric
has it.
cars, the brown, kind of brownish and yellow was and they were, no, the electric buses.
That's
Canal
at the
Street,
end.
Canal Street had the streetcars.
Yeah.
Tulane had the electric buses.
Insane. And I had a real strong voice at that time.
Mhm.
But then when Crystal was born, I had a thyroid problem. But before that, and
If you have
my
a disc
mama
of a
tells
mouth,
me
you know.
that the studio, somebody called for me to go when I was young to go do, but my mama wouldn't let me. I might have been,
How
Mawmaw
old were
would
you?
have
when
been
you saw it?
Look
Hollywood.
at Daddy.
What?
Same thing.
How old were you
They
in
wanted him in New
1947, 48, and 49?
She was born in 33.
She was born in 33, so she was
33.
like 13, 14, and 15.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
when
but
I
her
was
dad-
young.
And that was when they come in from the war, you said?
Yeah, we used to have a party.
They wanted him to sign
And,
in New York.
get up and sing, and I used to get up and sing like
If
a
you
kid,
look
you
this
know,
up
I
on the
mean, I was
computer,
young.
Mario Lanza, and you play his song,
But I
you
had-
swear it's my daddy singing.
Yeah.
And he
I had
sings
two
exactly like
Of those,
he sang at the kids' weddings. My
So
kids-
neat.
books that
Mine
you
too.
buy
Mine too.
that went, just
He sang in mine
a
too?
notepad.
Come to think of it,
I
he sang in mine
had
too.
that, two
Walked
books
me up the aisle and went up the thing and cried and
thick
sang.
with telegrams. And one time I sang on
Jacob's gonna clean out her room,
WDSU
not me.
with the xylophone, piano, and one of them bass guitars.
Fiddle,
Yeah.
fiddle, but.
And
No, huh?
I
Bass
sang, I
It's a
sang one
bass.
time, in fact, Aunt Jean requested me for her prom to sing with the band. I sang, she requested for me to sing, and I got up there and sang.
Did you sing any of the swing music from that era?
Let's see, It's Too Soon to Know,
Okay.
That's a song.
Like he trapped me in.
let me see, The Moon, I don't know, they're
Stardust?
all on,
You ever sing
all on the
Stardust?
record, on my records, on my records.
So now somebody's got
But
to.
you
I
had-
could have
you had-
been a child star for 5 years, and every month, I would go on the radio, WNOE and WDSU, and sing. And all my aunts and uncles and people I knew sent Western Union telegrams to me. And one time I sang to Papa, It's Too Soon to Know, that was the name of the song, on the radio to him, dedicated to him.
What year was that, Mawmaw?
1950,
They were hiding his papers.
1957, 58. Wait, 1940, 47?
You were married.
No, it was before I was married.
Oh, okay.
So it had to be 47, 48, 49, or 46, 47, 48, or 49.
Yeah, that's one of those years, yeah.
I had records that when I sang on the radio, the studio, Shram Studio, would record
On the record.
on my records, and my mom and daddy used to buy them. I still have, Donald has them, I think.
That's
I had about 25 of them, maybe more, or 30. My aunt, at least my uncle used to play my records. I used to play them on that 78,
78, yeah.
and I played them so much, they wasn't like the regular records.
Yeah.
They were thinner.
There wasn't vinyl. There wasn't.
It was like a vinyl.
Yeah.
And I played them so much that they,
The
grooves weren't there.
got.
yeah, okay.
More.
The grooves got flat.
Donald put them on a CD, but I used to sing good when I was young. Every time.
You should try to get those from Donald
Yeah,
so you can hear them.
how do we get one of those?
I got-
Cause I got
He's got everything.
But
over.
they scratchy.
It's okay.
It doesn't matter. If he's got them on CD, I've got them.
You can,
Yeah.
you can't
Take
take.
the static.
Yeah.
I
I got a
We gotta get
I got
that.
a disc of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get that.
Okay.
Yeah.